Yo, what is good, world? It's your boy, Calvin Leroy King the third. And as always, I got my lovely co-host with the most by my side, Miss Reese Peasy, the one and only.
Hey, y'all.
And we thank y'all for tuning in and turning up for another dope episode of This, That, and the Third, the lifestyle show that gives you life. Literally. Now, first and foremost, we want to begin the show in typical This, That, and the Third fashion by shouting out our sponsor. Now, this month is sponsored by none other than Absolute Athletics, also known as A Square. So shout out to my man Joe Herring and everything going on Southside flag football wide. And they got the Women's League coming up. Y'all can get more information by following A Square Shy on IG, and everywhere else you could just Google Absolute Athletics Chicago and they'll pop right up. All right? So, salute. All right, so we're going to jump straight into some new news for all these new news. You ready, baby girl?
Yes.
All right, so what's topping off our news segment this week?
So, on Vice News, my go-to for news.
Oh, yeah, that's a source.
And they were talking about Trump's cabinet, and Scott Pruitt is under the light again.
Now, that's Buddy Ash from the Environmental Protection Agency?
Yep, he's the chief of the EPA.
What's he on now?
So, yesterday, he was on Capitol Hill. He had a budget hearing. And it seemed like from the clips that they were showing that they were almost like saying kudos to him.
What?
But it was like kudos, and then it was like another investigation was being
By the
opened
way, what's this receipt, nigga? Holiday Inn.
So he has about 12 open investigations.
How many? 12?
And it hasn't been a year.
For all different
stuff.
infractions.
Yeah, but it all has something to do with the budget.
And he's not even been there.
No, not even a year. So basically, he's under investigation for multiple things, but most of it has to do with excessive spending. Expending with his travel expenses. So, for example, he's been in office less than a year, and he's already spent $330,000
on travel expenses.
Yeah, and that's taxpayer money.
And this is the same guy that said we can roll back our budget for the actual services this organization provides by $2.3 billion.
Less, yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, he's crazy.
I can't with this dude.
I mean, so it's like travel expenses, office upgrade, unauthorized staff raises.
It's
like a list of things that he's been doing.
So this is the finesser in me, right? So shout out to Vanessa Huxtables out there. If you were trying to do office upgrades, excessive travel, and all types of outlandish shit, why would you say I need less money to do that with? Wouldn't you keep the budget the same and then frivolously spend that shit? I'm just saying logically.
Well, because I think the majority of that budget is for none of the stuff that he's spending.
None of it's for that.
It's for, different stuff dealing with the EPA. But I think this is all taxpayer money.
Oh, okay.
That he's spending. And so it didn't stop there. Even though Scott was the one under the limelight, they also addressed 7 other of Trump's cabinet members that have been accused of wasting away taxpayers' money.
Does he even still have 7 cabinet members? Because he keeps the motherfuckers in rotation.
It's like Ben Carson, Betsy DeVos, it's those people.
The guys and gals.
Yeah.
The niggas we knew wasn't finna be good.
I mean, and they categorize them as big spenders.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, each person has probably spent 30, 40,000. Some of them are up in the millions.
Right.
So it's ridiculous.
I heard buddy ass Ben Carson actually spent like $30,000 on like a dinner set.
So his wife. And they do say that. They say that he gave his wife, permission to go and redecorate the office, and she spent $30K. And they say he was unknowing. It was
unbeknownst to him.
Yeah. And
I will say this: if it was the other way around, right? If it was a female and her dude did it, I'd be like, yeah, she probably would have known. But a dude probably doesn't know what his wife spends.
Yeah, but your wife should know better than to spend $30K.
Unless she's trying to set your ass up to wet your ass up.
I mean, I'm saying.
How's their relationship? Do we know? Is she a
remember
sister?
She was singing. Yeah.
Oh, okay. He's married to a black woman.
Okay, so you must not remember. She sang. I don't know if it was the anthem or the black anthem, but she sang and she can't sing.
Can't sing.
She can't sing.
Can't hold a damn tune.
So it was bad.
Sounds about right for the par for the course for Ben Carson.
We'll pop her up on here.
All right.
See.
All right. What's going on? What else going on with Trump-related issues in the news this week, man?
So I was scrolling.
Tell me more.
My timeline last night.
I love to scroll. It's a sport now.
It was a guy who wore the Make America Great hat, right?
Kanye?
Red cap. No. And he was out at Cheesecake Factory on Sunday for Mother's Day with his girlfriend and their parents and just trying to have a good time, have a good meal. Mm-hmm. Well, apparently that hat was disturbing to the patrons and the workers. Mm-hmm. And they were not having it. They gave him a hard time. They almost like bullied, from his explanation, it's like they bullied him out.
Because you're not supposed to wear a hat indoors. So even if you wore it to the Cheesecake Factory, nobody should have known by the time you entered in. That would be my thing. Like, nigga, why do you have a hat, let alone that one?
2-year-old Eugene Joseph says employees harassed, made threats towards him, intimidating his entire family, all because, yes, he was wearing that hat you see right there. Make America Great Again. Watch this.
I wear a Trump hat out, and look at this. Just because I wore a Trump hat.
Yeah,
you're doing too much.
It's almost like he did that intentionally.
You're doing too much. You're looking for attention, G. He was maybe trolling Cheesecake Factory.
Could be.
Could be. Niggas love fame, G.
I don't know. Well, ironically, Fox and Friends, you know they couldn't wait.
Mission accomplished.
To have a Trump supporter on. And
this a brother. This is a brother.
He's black.
This is a bro.
Black.
Oh, well, we were sitting at the table, and my girlfriend's aunt started noticing, and she informed us that, hey, there's a couple of coworkers back there looking at Eugene and making gestures towards him. So I just turned around and looked at them. I didn't say anything. I see that they're staring at me, staring at my girlfriend's family. They're just trying to intimidate us, and I just ignored the whole thing.
What
I
were
just
they
stayed on my
saying?
phone watching.
What types of things were they saying?
Well, after I turned around and was looking at my phone, they all started getting behind us, and one of the coworkers was saying, "Man, I'll knock that hat off his head. I'll hit him so hard that knock his hat off." They were clenching their fists, and they were just standing behind me, trying to like scare us and stuff. I mean, I wasn't really, intimidated by anything, but my girlfriend's family and everybody, we were just, it was just sad, there was just, everybody was disappointed.
Black. So that's why it's so crazy, because Fox and Friends.
But he light skinned, so he could probably get away with it.
No, he's not.
What?
He looks like the guy from Get Out.
The blue-black?
Yeah.
Amistad? Blood Diamond?
Yeah, and so as he was explaining his experience to the host of Fox and Friends, they were like, so tell us, why are you a Trump supporter? And I was eager to hear his explanation too.
What the fuck could this nigga be finna say? What?
But he basically was like, I just believe that he wants to make America great, and he is America, and, I couldn't believe, how y'all got upset about Kanye?
Nah.
I was sitting there like, what?
But I low-key blame Kanye, and here's why. Because when Kanye, just like Van said, when you say frivolous, outlandish shit, people rock with Kanye so tough that they're going to take it and run with it. I actually heard myself, these words come out of my mouth the other day. There is no right and wrong. There is no good and bad. I'm like, man, down, Satan. Like, there is good and bad and right and wrong.
Why were you saying that?
Because Kanye said that shit. And I was like, man, I'm telling you, it was like subconsciously, I had a moment where I was just like, man, freedom and this and that and what, bam. And really, there isn't any good and bad. There isn't any right and wrong. I'm like, nigga, this ain't even my voice. Who the fuck is talking for me? Kanye has that impression. Celebrities and just tastemakers and influencers have that type of power where people will be like, you know what? It's cool to rock the hat. I've rocked the hat before as a social experiment because I use it as the iconic symbol of the stepfather in the Be a Buddy Not a Bully play. And the stepfather is like niggas would not fuck with me. Nobody liked me that day. For real, if you wear a Make America Great Again hat, you're going to get some stares. I was at a basketball game. I was at a basketball game, high school basketball game. And there's no hats in the gym, period. But I look around and I see koofies and I see hats, The security guard told me several times, sir, I need that hat to come off. Like when I walked in and then when I got comfortable and settled in and I was on the other side of the gym, another security, sir, that hat needs to come off. There are no hats in the gym. I'm like, this nigga has a hat. Sir, that hat. I was like, damn, it's real. And I was just playing. So I can only imagine how much attention he gets.
He said that it was at one point, Cheesecake Factory said they had a shift change, and so that's why the members were huddled. Huh. But he was like,
I'm going to take table 6, you take table 7, and fuck that nigga in the hat.
He was like, nah, I don't believe that. They were really aggressive, and I don't know.
You already know, man, when there's smoke,
I would stare, like, why you got on the damn hat? But that's about it. And then I keep moving.
I would have pulled out my phone like old girl from last week and been like, I'm going to see what happens to this nigga with his hat on. All right. What else going on in the news, man? I heard there's some new things with hashtag doing anything while black. What's the new violation?
So,
Last week it was luggage and Airbnb and
the Yale
all that
student.
shit. Yeah, I talked to a young brother that actually is from South Shore. Shout out to the East Side. Okay. He goes to Yale. He just finished his first year, and I had a conversation with him about that story about the young lady sleeping in the common area and got the police called on her. He said, that happens all the time at Yale. You just don't get coverage for it. He said racism is rampant at Yale. And I was like, I'm not surprised, but it was just his acceptance for it almost that kind of shocked me. Like, damn, nigga, why do you go there?
Yeah, and I'm not, I mean, as much as we want to say we've progressed, I'm not surprised like Yale, Harvard, those schools.
Oh, the Ivy
those
Leagues.
cities
Yeah.
are full of.
Yeah.
I was thinking the other day, I was watching a movie, and I think it was based in Connecticut, and I was thinking, I've never been there.
There's a reason why. Yeah. There's a reason why. But I've been to Boston, right? And I've been to Harvard. I've been to Harvard. But you know me, man. I will travel in packs and stick with my pack. And then when I venture out, it's kind of like, oh, he's the light-skinned guy of the group. I fuck with him, right? So I be getting passes all day.
You do.
It is what it is.
Your experience is different from, let's say, a dark-skinned male.
Yeah.
And that really is true, and that's unfortunate.
Yeah, colorism matters.
Okay.
It's a real thing.
So to get back to doing anything while black, this happened yesterday, and I want to say the city was down south, New Orleans.
Of course.
But it was a black real estate investor. He was going to a property to check it out. The owner said, go by, check it out, let me know what you think. And as he was doing that, the neighbor next door came out, white lady. She's like, hey, you shouldn't be over here. And the gist of what she said was, you shouldn't be in this neighborhood.
The neighbor literally just came outside while I was going in to do my inspection on the house and asked me, what are you doing here? And I told her, hey, I'm an investor. Here's my sign. I always put a bandit sign out in front of a vacant house so people know that I'm an investor and that I'm going in the house. And she said, no, why don't you just leave? Get out the neighborhood. I was like, well, hold on, ma'am. I'm here to do my inspection. Let me do my job. So then she threatened to call the police on me.
Now, this was a brother, caramel complexion, wasn't dark.
Hello, brother.
And he recorded the entire thing. She called the cops. When the cops pulled up, he immediately, went and talked to them and said,
look at this footage.
Even if you are inside the residence,
Right.
and you got a perceived burglary, unless I've got a victim and owner,
Exactly.
I can't prosecute.
Okay, now, do you mind telling her that? Because I really do not want her coming behind me. I honestly feel threatened. And if it's a way that I can do this, I would like to file a complaint against her because there was no reason for her to do that.
Well, what did she do?
She came out, threatened to call the police on me. She was screaming and shouting. I didn't do anything. All I'm trying to do is get in and get my pictures. I mean, that's pretty much it.
he said, I keep my contracts in my car, my business cards in my car, just in case. You never know what's going to happen. And so he handed all of that stuff to the officer. He said, I'm here to look at the property. She comes out of her house, yelling at me, screaming at me. I feel threatened.
Oh.
You're going to let him do what he's going to do.
I know,
you
so
tried. Listen to me. You tried to do anything to stop him. I'm going to take you to jail.
Why would I do anything to stop him? He's got all the correct paperwork, right?
Perfect.
Hurry up, do it, and get out. No.
I got it. Appreciate it.
You take his time.
No, he can take all day.
I can take all day,
You can't
y'all.
rush
He
nobody.
can do it all night. It doesn't matter.
They can't rush me.
He's in control. So
I'm in control.
He's got a contract. So that is what it is.
Senior. So with this lady, like, what advice maybe could we give her next time she feels threatened by a black real estate agent?
Your house.
Stay your ass in your house.
You can't control, and they are just feeling really,
Oh, man.
to the point that I was
Oh,
in
man.
Walmart this morning,
Talk about
and
it.
the cashier, she was a black lady, she felt the need to just have a conversation about it.
Man.
And I don't even know how it came up.
She started
And
pouring
she
her
was
heart out.
like, girl, you see these white folks out here? And I kind of felt bad because it was a white lady behind
Right.
me. And it was an older white lady. And I was like, yeah, girl, come on, give me my bags.
I'm neutral. I'm neutral.
But she said a Mexican the day before had came and made a comment to her like, these blacks, I told you they don't want to do their job. Something to that effect. And she was like, they a trip too. So
Right.
we ain't all for y'all either because
Man.
y'all have stuff to say about it.
How did we know she was Mexican?
The lady the cashier was talking
the
about?
complainer.
I'm sure she.
I think that's
In
just
this
general
particular
for
Walmart,
Hispanic.
it's mostly.
Okay. It's mostly them. Okay, man. But that shit is real though, man. And it's just like, it's unfortunate, man. But I think a lot of times just human nature lends itself to being uncomfortable and or fearful of that is different. And it's like, you know, you don't agree?
I'm not afraid of anything that's different. I went to the city and I went to college in the cornfields. You know what I mean? Like,
but that's familiar to you then. I mean, you got it out your system. When you first got there was no factors of, man, there's no place like home. I feel like an outsider.
What do you guys do? Yeah, you do, but then
initially.
Yeah, a moment. You have a moment in time.
You have a moment.
And then you need to come out of that.
So then a white lady who has only seen black people on goddamn Scandal and whatever else show she might venture and stumble upon while channel surfing, and then sees her first Negro looking into the window of her neighbor's house.
10 years ago. It's not acceptable now.
10 years ago?
It's too much.
That was 2008. Racism was okay then?
What I'm saying is the social media, the internet wasn't as booming and popping as it is now, right?
Old people are not on there still. That means nothing to them. When you're
old,
old,
this white lady wasn't old. She wasn't that old.
They called the police?
Yeah, she wasn't that old.
Oh, okay. I just pictured the old white lady. Maybe that's my...
She was in her 40s.
Oh, yeah, she should know better.
Yeah.
Do better, white lady. White lady, bitch. My fault. Get it. All right. Well, I think that about wraps us up for news. So, man, here it is.